Ever heard the saying, early bird gets the worm? Now this statement amongst others constantly gives the impression that morning people get more done compared to people who tend to sleep in. Many say that the earlier you wake up, the more successful you will become. And this constant statement makes people believe that morning risers achieve more. However, here today, our unpopular opinion is that morning people are not more productive. There are 24 hours in a day. Let's say you are an overachiever and you only sleep for 6 hours, which leaves you with 18 hours for that day. Does it really matter that those 18 hours start at 5 in the morning rather than at noon? Morning people brag that they do this and this before you've even woken up. But do they ever sit down and ask themselves, at what time do I stop? And for how long after that do the night owls keep going for? Exactly, they don't ask themselves that. Because the night owl will keep going and doing this and this, long after the morning person goes to sleep. It's a matter of how productive you are during the hours that you are awake. Sure, they might wake up earlier and have already hit the gym and walked the dog by 7 in the morning. But this doesn't mean that you yourself will not do these things, plus more within the first few hours of waking up. What people do not realize or do not want to acknowledge is that the night owls might wake up later, but they also go to sleep later, which proves our exact statement. It's not about what time you begin your day, but for how many hours of that day you are productive for. Yes, one could argue that there are many studies that have been done that prove that morning people are more successful, and that when you look at the most successful people in the world today, they too will tell you they are a morning person. But there are many factors that play a part in this. One major one, which also happens to be genetic, is your circadian cycle. Humans average a 24.2-hour clock, meaning everyone adjusts slightly each day to a 24-hour rhythm. But for night owls, the clock often runs longer, meaning that, without external cues to change, they'll fall asleep and get up later and later over time. 47% of this is inherited, which means if you want to know why you pop up at dawn each day or never do, you should probably look at your parents. Katharina Wolf, who studies sleep and chronobiology at the University of Oxford, says, if people are left to their naturally preferred times, they feel much better. They say that they are much more productive. The mental capacity they have is much broader, which proves our point again. If you feel rested, you are far more likely to finish more tasks and achieve them at a higher level. Which brings us to our next point. Quality over quantity, or quantity over quality. And who says it has to be either? Or, there is a misconception that a morning person achieves more and better results, where the truth lies in each individual really. I could wake up at 5 in the morning, have breakfast, go for a morning jog, run errands, clean the house, and mow the lawns all by midday, and then come crashing down to only cook lunch and dinner and watch TV for the rest of the day. Or I could wake up at 11 in the morning, go to the gym, meal prep for the day, have breakfast on the go whilst running my errands, go home, complete other tasks, do household chores, and instead of watching TV, I could learn a new skill or work on a new business venture. At the end of the day, it's entirely up to the individual. But nonetheless, we all know how annoying it is that people judge you for whether you are a morning person or not, when the real judgment should stem from how productive you are and how much you get done, rather than how early you get it done. So next time someone smirks or rolls their eyes when you tell them you aren't a morning person, ask them a simple question. How much did you achieve today?